Hey everyone, I'm Bill and I cook stuff. Yes, I do a variety of stuff. So today I am going to cook a variation of stir-fried tomato egg over rice. It's actually a very easy to make and popular dish in a lot of Asian households. I'll be making mine not quite a stir fry. I'm going to be using the slippery and smooth egg technique, if you will, moving my hands a lot. Of course, there will be the cooking, the ingredients, and the dad joke at the end. Hope you enjoy the video. And I am talking very, very slowly right now. I also went to the farmer's market today. I got a really, really big piece of bread. And then making a sandwich. But that's for another video. And let's get to the prep area. I'm going to prep, and of course I do a lot of hand movements. So I'll prep. Again, it's a really simple dish to make, super yummy. Let's take a look at the ingredients and then head over to the prep area. Thank you. Everyone, okay, so here I am in my prep area. As you can see, it's pretty crowded. Yep, that's okay. I mean, if you have more like table space, that is awesome, and I actually highly recommend it. I did want to give a shout out to look at that, fresh ginger. Yeah, I went to the farmer's market, like I said earlier in my video. I got a massive piece of bread, and look at this. I got this like alien looking like fresh ginger. It was like super expensive too. I was like, what? It was like $21 a pound. Not that this is a pound, but it was like, what the heck? Was it 21 or 25? It was something ridiculous. But I wanted to give it a shot. So it's fresh ginger, and I'm spending a lot of time talking about this because it's fun playing with this this root, if you will, this ginger root. All right, so I have my ginger. Got my I have my scallions. Got quite a bit. May not actually use all of it. Green onion. My tomatoes. I have 2. It's about 1/4 pound. I have my eggs over here. Okay, and then what else do I have? So I did a 1/2 tablespoon of white pepper. I may not actually use all of it, just an FYI. It was a 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 tablespoon's a lot of white pepper. Anyway, and here's a half of, there's a full teaspoon of rice vinegar. You can use a white wine or like a cooking wine as well. That'll actually go in when I mix up the scrambled eggs. I have a tablespoon of the arrowroot starch. I also have a tablespoon of tomato paste. If you don't have tomato paste, you can substitute for packets of ketchup. So maybe like a tablespoon or 2, or actually a tablespoon of ketchup would work as well. I have a 1/3 cup of low sodium chicken broth, and then I have a 1/4 cup, and you can't see it because it's dark, a 1/4 cup of water so I can make my slurry. And then of course I have 2 cloves of garlic. Woo! All right, so how to begin? So I'm actually going to start by doing the tomatoes first, okay? So I'm going to quickly show you how it's done. So I'm going to cut in 1/8, if you will. 1, 2, 3, 4. So chop the top off, and then 1, 2, these nice wedges. 3, and this one actually, gotta be careful. Boom, and boom. Ta-da! So got my tomatoes, put in my handy bowl here. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Oop, actually, I'm boop that. And then I have my other, so get that 1/4. Oh man, it's yeah. Oh, watch your fingers. See, you see that? Woo! Gotta careful. I'm gonna have to like this way as well. So cutting into these nice wedges. If you like the bigger wedges, it's fine too. I have variations. So boop 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 boop. There we go. So a nice juicy. Ta-da! And then next, oh yeah, I'm gonna do my ginger, my garlic. Slice it, slice my garlic, slice my garlic. All right, this is being ridiculous. So slicing my garlic, I put it in here. Okay, now it's a good place for it, right? And then I'm actually going with my ginger. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna take. Where should I go? Right here. Don't. Okay, there we go. So I have the ginger, and then got my ginger. If you don't like a lot of ginger, don't use a lot of ginger. Watch your fingers. I'm just only gonna use a teaspoon's worth. I imagine this fresh stuff is pretty fierce, so maybe a little bit more than a teaspoon. You know what? I am gonna do a. Wow, actually that's quite a bit. So, that's very great. So I am actually going to only use a teaspoon, maybe. All right, we'll do teaspoon. Okay, and then got my scallions. Ooh, this is ginger bits. Scallions. So chop the bottom. So for this, for the first part, I'm actually going to use the white part, and then the garnish is going to be the green bits. So I'm going to take quite a bit of this. So what I can do is I can actually cut it in half, save these for later to do my garnish, and then just stoop, boop, 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 boop. All right, I'm just being ridiculous now. Okay, so that's plenty. Actually, that's plenty more, actually. Ooh, I love my green onions. If you don't like green onions, you don't have to use all of it. I'm actually gonna use a bit more because this is my lunch, and so I'm treating myself to a good lunch. All right, so have that green onions here as well. Now, if you have bowls, you can use bowls. Actually, probably better to separate the bowls, but hey, you know, c'est la vie. Okay. All right, so ta-da. Oh, actually looks really nice. Ta-da. Okay. And next we do the slurry, and then it's time for cook. So put my slurry in. Yeah, making my slurry. Actually, making my slurry. See that? Just put a tablespoon of arrowroot. If you use cornstarch, just use a little bit less. Boom, boom, boom. Got my slurry. Oh, now I got this extra. So I'm actually gonna transport my ginger. Oh snap! Ta-da! Put my ginger and my garlic in one place. What? All right. So here comes the other test. The other test. No, udder. Is it a cow? All right. So here I have my egg. And I gotta be careful with your utensils, please. Sharp objects, be very careful. So, can I do it? One, boom. Ready? 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay. There we go. 2 eggs. Now, if you're cooking for more, if you like more eggs, by all means, do that. Take my teaspoon of rice wine vinegar. Bloop. Put a tiny bit of the white pepper like this. I'm going to save the rest because I'm going to put it in here. So just gently scramble it like this. Very gentle, because I'm actually not doing a scrambled egg. Again, I'm doing the variation of the smooth egg. Okay, the smooth egg tomato versus the stir-fry tomato. Okay, that's actually good enough. You see how gentle? So there's like it'll have this wispy whiteness to it. Okay, all right. What do we have? So I think we're ready. Tomato. We have the ginger garlic here. Tomato paste here. Okay, the egg here, and then the scallion. That's it. That is it. All right, let's go to the cooking area. Right. Okay, guys. Oh. All right, folks. Here we are at my kitchen. I'm gonna put a tablespoon of cooking oil into the pan and put it on medium heat. Let it heat for a minute, for heat be heating for a minute. It's heating for a minute. Okay, I'm being ridiculous today. So I'm just gonna warm that up a little bit. Move it around, move it around, move it around. It's moving around. It's moving around, moving around. All right, so okay, as it's cooking, I'm just gonna put my tomatoes in. No need to wait too long. I got my trusty spatula, and I'm just gonna move the tomato a bit. Moving the tomato a bit. Well, so I'm mixing the oil, as you can see. It's heating. So the good news is tomatoes actually has a lot of water content. So that's why I went easy with the chicken broth. And if you don't have chicken broth, you can actually just use water. Water's cool. An essential part of living is water. So okay. So that's still on medium. Just letting it cook. Actually, might take. You probably want to do this for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna do a medium high. Actually, move it over to medium high. This is probably gonna take about a minute or two. Excuse me, about 2 minutes, medium high. So I'm just stirring. You guys can listen to me talk. You can clean up a little bit, and then you can hear the oil sizzle. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, what is he gonna say as a dad joke today? And I'm like, well, you know, you just gotta be patient. Patience, yo. Here's a good actually opportunity to put a bit of salt in it. So you just want to put some salt, just a tiny bit. Okay, and then you can always add some more salt. When you're actually eating as well, or even soy sauce. I mean, you know, to your liking. To your liking. You might even want to do a lot of pepper too. Like a lot of pepper. What are you talking about? All right. So next, I am actually going to put. Oh, that smells good. My scallions or green onions. Actually, they're both the same thing. Okay. Just gonna put it in the middle here. Yeah, as you can see, I use a whole bunch. You're like, what is this guy doing? So much. And it's just like, dude, you know, I really like the green onion. Actually, look at that, that's like a ridiculous amount, yeah? Well, that's not ridiculous. I was listening to this comedian say, how often, you know, do we overuse the word ridiculous? Or like amazing? And like, is it truly amazing? Or is it ridiculous? Is it truly the case? Is it? Okay, oh wow, so it's become more translucent. Translucent. Here's actually when I'm going to put in my ginger and garlic. Okay, that's there. Then I'm going to sprinkle some of my white pepper. Again, be mindful of white pepper because it's pretty powerful stuff. So I'm going to stir. As you can see, this is like the stir frying part, even though I am not technically going to be making. Well, I guess it's still stir and frying, right? A stir fry is I'm combining this dish with another dish, which is a slippery and smooth egg. It's really fragrant now. You know, sometimes people would probably put some soy sauce right here. I already put some salt. Again, so it's to your liking. And again, after you finish cooking, you can add more. Okay, so that's coming out nicely. It's actually tomatoes making kind of a paste now, so that's okay. That's okay. And I can really smell the aromatics now as well. Okay, here is where I'm going to put my tomato paste. Yeah, man, I'm like talking really slow today. Ooh, I don't know. Did I have my coffee? I don't know. Just want to mix that in. Now I'm going to lower my heat. I went down to medium now. And then, okay, just mixing. I want to mix the tomato paste a bit. Next, I put my chicken broth. Okay. And let that cook for another minute on the medium heat. Look at that. Look at the color on that. Woo! look at the color on that, you know? It's so let's stew for about a minute. Look at that. Look at that. Well, you know, it's funny because the green onion doesn't look like so much now that it's being cooked down. So here we have it. Oh, just 2 more steps. We got the slurry and then the gentle egg. What? 2 steps? What? This must be ridiculous. This is being ridiculous. So, and then what do I do next? Sounds like a show tune from Broadway. What do I do next? Is that from what is it called? Welcome to Hadestown? Or is it? Or Hadestown. It's actually, I saw that in DC at the Kennedy Center. This is a good one if you haven't seen it before. Okay, so you know, you can see it's bubbling. That's a good sign, and you can see it's quite rendered, almost like a stew. Okay, and look at that. Woo. Look at that. Would you look at that? I'm looking at it all right. So here I am going to take my slurry. It might make so it's actually going to be really thick. So slurry. I'm just letting the water evaporate, or the sauce. You look at that color. Whew. Man, it's tasty already. So I'm going to gently pour in my slurry, and I'm actually not going to use the whole bit of it because I just want to gauge it, right? Because the thickness of it. And here, yeah, actually, I'm just going to use half of my slurry as the thickener. I mean, if you would like it thicker, you can add more, or use less of the chicken broth and use less of the water. Look at that. It's pretty thick. It's gonna be pretty, but you know, as it cooks, the water's gonna evaporate. So look at that. I keep on saying look at that. All right, here's the final bit. Here is the tough part. It's getting the egg right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gently pour the egg in. You can see I have my egg. It's not scrambled. I mean, it's loose, very loose scramble. And I have it on medium heat, so I'm just going to pour here. And then I'm going to slowly just move it and gently. I'm going to move it to medium-high now, the heat. So you can see the eggs right here, and I'm just going to slowly, okay, and slowly, because I want that smooth egg consistency. I'm just gonna let it sit for a tiny bit. So in this round, I actually used just half of my slurry mixture, and then slowly. So notice I'm keeping the egg by itself because I don't necessarily want to swish it around. And yeah, so slowly. It's always just a tough one because I don't want to break the egg. Okay, turn off my heat. I'm going to try to fold it gently. So again, this is I'm trying to make this variation of it. We'll see how successful I am. It's not looking quite like I wanted it to. That slippery egg feel to it. It's a very, very tough mixture technique to do. Wow. All right. So here we are. Again, it's still cooking, so I'm just gonna slowly move it. It's gentle. Now, typically, you're using a fried scrambled egg, so it gives that meatiness to it. So again, making a variation. It actually kind of looks like a pizza sauce or like a pasta. Does that look like cheese? It's not cheese though. And you're probably wondering, wow, that looks ridiculous. All right, well, you know, sometimes it looks ridiculous, and it's good to go now. Again, I'm moving it, so I'm cooking the egg, cooking the runny egg. Wow. Okay, so, you know, that's how it may look. It's a little bit different. So, let's take a look at the tasting and the plating. Take one. Here I am with my rice and my tomato egg, slippery smooth tomato egg, variation of tomato, stir-fried tomato egg. I'll probably make that next time. I probably should have made that first. So, I'm just gonna pour it on, and pour it on here, and pour it on here. The egg looks like cheese. So, I'm not gonna put all of it because it's quite a bit of food. All right, so, oh man, here we go. Here we go. So put my garnish here, and there you have it. A slippery smooth tomato egg, although it kind of looks like cheese. All right, well, let's go to the taste test, and let's see how this thing turned out. Again, it's a variation. It's actually my first time cooking this variation. Normally I just do the stir-fried egg, but hey, you know, wanted to try something different today. Okay, because I was trying to combine two techniques, and let's see how it tastes. All right, there you go. There we go. Oh my goodness, it looks like pasta sauce with cheese over rice. Okay, so I am here at the tasting area. So today I made a variation of tomato egg, but I used the slippery egg technique. Let's see how it turns out. Didn't actually quite look like what I expected it to look, because it actually came out and looked more like a tomato and cheese sauce, but it's actually an egg. All right, so that's actually not the dad joke. The dad joke for today is, what is the dad joke for today? What happened, what did the egg say when it woke up late the egg said, I've got to scramble. Alright, I'm just being ridiculous now. Alright, so here is my variation. It's tomato egg, but using the slippery and smooth technique for the egg. Typically what you would do would actually scramble the egg first, so it's you know, the texture element. It's like a harder scrambled egg, if you will, and then put it in at the very end where I put the egg in my video. So let's try it out, see how it tastes. And I'm using a spoon, so it might be easier to cook. So let's taste it. Let's taste it. Let's try some more. Let's try a little bit more. There it is. You know, the egg and the tomato and the green onions. So the ratio of tomato and green onion, the flavor melds really, really well. There's a really subtle hint of the egg. So it's actually quite different than the stir-fried tomato egg. But still, really, really yummy. It's, That's good stuff. Woo. Alright, so I'm going to finish my lunch. Hope you enjoyed the video. It is a variation. A lot of folks try making this dish their own way. Next time I'm actually going to make the more traditional style way, and well the next time I make this, and I'll show you all. Alright, well thanks for watching, and have a great day. Have a